Kenji Sato lived in the shadows, a figure whose very existence seemed woven into the fabric of Tokyo's underworld. By day, he was a low-ranking member of the yakuza, a man of few words and fewer attachments. By night, he became the Ghost, an underground street racer whose sleek black Nissan Skyline was as legendary as it was feared. Years ago, Kenji's life had been shattered by a violent ambush orchestrated by Hiroshi Nakamura, a rival gang leader. That night, his parents were brutally murdered, and his younger sister left in a coma from which she never awoke. Kenji, a powerless teenager, had been forced to watch in horror. The event left a scar not just on his heart, but on his very soul. In the years that followed, Kenji dedicated himself to the yakuza, using the organization as a means to hone his skills and bide his time. His ultimate goal was clear: vengeance against Nakamura. However, as he grew older, something darker and more insidious began to haunt him. Kenji started seeing visions of Nakamura, his ghostly figure appearing at the edge of his vision, a constant reminder of his failure and his thirst for revenge. These hauntings grew more frequent and intense. Nakamura's ghost whispered to him in the dead of night, taunting him, reminding him of his helplessness on that fateful night. Kenji's once clear path to vengeance became clouded with doubt and fear. He started to question his sanity, wondering if he would ever find peace or if he was doomed to be haunted forever. Despite the torment, Kenji pressed on. The underground racing scene became his escape, a place where the adrenaline and speed momentarily drowned out the whispers and visions. His reputation as the Ghost grew, his skill behind the wheel unmatched. But no matter how many races he won, the true Ghost, Nakamura, remained. One humid summer night, the long-awaited showdown came. The streets buzzed with the anticipation of the race between the Ghost and Nakamura. As the two cars lined up at the starting line, the air crackled with tension. Kenji's heart pounded not with fear of losing, but with the burning desire to end his torment once and for all. The race was a blur of neon lights and screeching tires. Kenji's focus was razor-sharp, every muscle and nerve attuned to the car and the road. But Nakamura was relentless, matching him move for move. As they approached the final stretch, Nakamura pulled a reckless maneuver, cutting Kenji off and forcing him to brake. Nakamura's car crossed the finish line first, and the crowd erupted in cheers. Kenji's world went silent. He had lost, and Nakamura's ghost seemed to laugh at his failure. That night, something inside Kenji snapped. The whispers grew louder, the visions more vivid. Kenji's defeat was more than a loss, it was a trigger. That night, the whispers and visions reached a fever pitch, driving Kenji to the brink. Consumed by rage and desperation, Kenji tracked Nakamura to a high-end nightclub. Inside, he moved like a shadow, his gunshots precise and deadly. Nakamura's entourage fell quickly, and Kenji faced his nemesis. The final shot silenced Nakamura, but peace did not come. Instead, Kenji felt an overwhelming emptiness. Kenji slipped away into the night, but the satisfaction of vengeance eluded him. The yakuza did not forgive unsanctioned actions, and Kenji knew retribution was imminent. A week later, he was found dead in a dingy apartment, an apparent overdose. Whispers claimed he was haunted to death by his past. In the end, Kenji's quest for peace led him to a dark, lonely end, his tormented soul finding rest only in the shadows he had always known.
Hey, over here, Dabs.